What is up, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing Sunday, fun day, but something huge just happened. Trump, yes, President Trump, he didn't just throw shade. He just obliterated Jerome Powell, calling him the worst Fed chairman in U.S. history. And whether you hate or love Trump, when a former president calls out the Fed like that, you know something big is brewing in the financial system. Now, hold up a second, because while everyone's distracted by the drama, the real story is flying under the radar. The official LEI worldwide website just confirmed Ripple is actively working with the IMF and the World Economic Forum. And you're not talking theory here. They're talking about building a new stable bridge currency. Yes, you heard that right, folks. XRP is in the room. And while most people are still laughing at the old headlines, XRP could be setting up for a 6x run right from where it is now. This isn't a conspiracy. This is receipts, real world partnerships, and the kind of macro setup we dream about as early investors. But what does this actually mean for XRP's price? And how far could this go if the pieces keep falling into place? Well, we're going to break it all down, and we're going to do it all right now. Folks, welcome back to the Bullwinkle Blueprint. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and press that thumbs up so you tell YouTube that this guy, this man right here, he got amazing content, and we want everyone out there in YouTube world to know about it. That is the best way to support the channel, and it's as simple as hitting that thumbs up button. Without further ado, Bitcoin, $118,216. It's currently up about 1/4% in the past 24 hours. Ethereum coming in at 3,741. It's currently up 4.61%. And XRP, yeah, buddy, it is up 2.33%, coming in at $3.51. Now remember, the weekly close goes down at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am going to try, and everything looks like it's a go, to get on a live stream at 7:45 to discuss the weekly, to get the close that we need, and then where the price of XRP is going. I'm telling you right now, looks like we're going to get the weekly, and the price from here, get ready. You better strap in, because we've been waiting for this for quite some time. Total cryptocurrency market cap, 3.92 trillion. And I will be going live on the other channel as a heads up. Not this channel. Not this channel. The other one is Rip Bullwinkle. Martini guy put this out. Trump just called Jerome Powell the worst federal chairman in history. I'll blow it up for those of you looking at the screen so you can give it a read. But let's pause for a second. Donald Trump calling Powell the worst federal chairman in U.S. history. This is not a meh. He could do better. This is the worst. Think about that. That's like the captain of your economy plane flying you straight into a thunderstorm, ignoring every warning light, and they're saying, buckle up. We'll fix it midair. And your average person, well, they're the ones paying the price. Your rent's up, your car payment's doubled, your grocery bill looks like it belongs in a luxury hotel minibar. This isn't theoretical economics here. This is real life suffering for real people. Powell raised interest rates so fast, so hard, it's like slamming the brakes on a roller coaster. Yeah, you might stop inflation, but you also might break the track. And here's the thing. When Trump goes after Powell like that, it's not just political drama. It is a signal. It is a signal to Wall Street, to Main Street, to the entire financial system that something is deeply broken. And guess what? That is the exact reason why crypto exists. Bitcoin, XRP, these aren't toys. They were designed for this exact moment. And when trust in the system is shattered, when people are looking for a life raft, this isn't a crypto bull run. This is a global shift in power. And if you're still watching, you're ahead of 99% of the people who have no idea what is coming. And then we get this, July 22nd, it looks like under Executive Order 14178, that we might be getting our first crypto policy report. That's in 2 days. Something to keep your eyes out on here. I know someone put in the comments of the first video of the day that they thought something was happening tomorrow. Maybe this is what you were referring to. Maybe we are going to see something as far as crypto policy coming out tomorrow. Now, everyone, if you are not getting your Ripple and XRP news from xrprightnow.com, this is the only dedicated news website to Ripple and XRP. You better get over there. Well, we dropped this article today. XRP could 6x from current levels. Talking about, is that feasible? And the answer is yes, 100%, and it's going to happen. But what would a 6x look like? Well, 6x from XRP sitting at 350. We're approaching that up, well, mid $20 level, which would put us just a tad bit over a $1 trillion market cap. Now, we talked about this before. Bitcoin can have a $1 trillion market cap. There's absolutely no reason an XRP wouldn't have a $1 trillion market cap either. Go get us a read. Very good read. XRPrightnow.com. Smoke, put this out. This is when we get into the meat and potatoes. This is some very interesting information going on here. And over the past 2-3 videos, we've been talking a lot about the IMF and Ripple connection and what's been going on there. Let's tie this all together here. So he says, remember, Ripple was selected to serve in the IMF's high-level advisory group on fintech. Here's the PDF, the document with Ripple in here, the International Monetary Authority. Then we get this, Stefan Thomas, who used to work at Ripple, who was speaking at an event that was hosted by the IMF's legal department. I want you to listen to this clip, and don't leave me. Listen to this clip. It's about a minute long because we're going to drive this home with the document up next talking about how Ripple is working and collaborating with the IMF and the World Economic Forum, everyone. Listen up real quick.
Staying on the theme of data, I'd like to turn now to Stefan. From your standpoint as an entrepreneur and as someone who's worked very closely with crypto assets, as you create new software solutions for the financial markets of the future, how do you deal with the issues or the tension really between transparency and anonymity? And how do you draw the balance? And drawing from that, how is this issue factored into your conversations with investors, with your clients, and with regulators?
Yeah, Ross, you mentioned that I spent 6 years at Ripple kind of building financial infrastructure, underlying financial rails. I personally spent a lot of time on the Mojo Loop project helping to design that. And now I've started a new company where I'm going back to working more on the user-facing side, so not really building new financial technology, but rather how to build new business cases on top of it. And we launched a few weeks ago, and the very first feedback that we received was largely around privacy, and that surprised us. I mean, it's probably no surprise that it is a big topic, but just how overwhelming the questions were going in that direction. Like people were asking about privacy policy, what do we do with data, and it's really on everyone's mind. And to some extent, that took me by surprise. And being now on the side of building actual consumer applications, like you alluded to, you have to balance what.
All right, there you go. You heard it. Now let's drive this home because you got an official document right here. Okay, official LEI worldwide website confirms that Ripple is collaborating with the IMF and the World Economic Forum. You heard that right. A bridge currency, global institutions, and XRP is right in the middle of it all. This is the kind of info they don't want average investors like you and me to know, but it's all starting to surface. And here's the kicker. The LEI website, literally, they state that Ripple's collaboration with the IMF and the World Economic Forum could form a new stable bridge currency. Let that sink in. Imagine a world where countries no longer rely on SWIFT, clunky FX markets, or even USD dominance, but instead route payments through XRP-backed rails, all while the average investor still thinks crypto is just some magic internet money. This isn't speculation anymore. This is all positioning. And you want to know what this means? The timeline has accelerated. Quiet partnerships have become public blueprints. This isn't a test. This is deployment. Think about it. We're watching history repeat itself, just faster. Remember when Amazon was just a bookstore? People ignored it, laughed at it. Now it eats industries alive. Ripple and XRP are on that same curve. But instead of e-commerce, they're tackling global money movement. And here's something that should really wake you up. Why would the IMF and the World Economic Forum, two of the most powerful organizations on earth, collaborate with Ripple if this was just another crypto experiment? They wouldn't. So here's what I want you to do right now. Double check your XRP bag, smash that like button if you believe the banks are panicking behind the scenes, and leave a comment below. I'm not late, I'm early. Because if Ripple becomes the bridge currency of the entire global economy, this movement, this confirmation, might just be our last warning before liftoff. Stay sharp, stay early. I'll see everyone tonight for the live stream on the weekly close.